Yo, what's up, dudes? I got my main man, Jon Finn here. John, welcome to the basement. Yeah, I improvise like a teenager. I'm in my car with no destination.
which is fine. Which is fine if that's what you want.
Right. But, well, the problem with it is that it becomes obvious to certainly people who play that, you don't know what you're doing, to some degree. It's like you can almost hear it. It's like the people who I think, John Schofield once said this once. There was a guy, he did a clinic at Berkeley, and he said, one guy, how can I become everyone asks the same, how can I become a better guitar player? And he said, here's how you become a better guitar player. Learn everything forwards and backwards and upside down and up in every possible way, in every possible mode. Just keep learning and learning and learning and learning, and then it'll all just happen. And then there was another guy there, and he said, I disagree. I think you need to play from the heart, and blah, blah, blah. And you need to, it's a gut check, and it's all this stuff. And he was talking more metaphysically about playing, more philosophically. And then at the end, they did a jam.
Right.
And I thought the guy who played from the heart sounded more canned. Like he was playing riffs that he had practiced many times. And, and I thought Schofield sounded more like he was going wherever the music, he didn't sound rehearsed. He sounded more natural, despite his whole thing about saying, you've got to learn it forwards and backwards. That seemed to make him sound more natural than the guy who said, just play from the gut.
Well, the thing is, like somebody that says that, they're right. You should always play from your gut. Unfortunately, from what I've seen, when that's put into practice, people a lot of people that say that tend to be advocating for their own mediocrity.
Yeah.
It's like I want to be, like learning the instrument is just too hard for me to do. So, I'm gonna play from the heart, and I've heard so many. I was at a gig one time. I was playing a solo gig, like at a restaurant. All I was doing was providing background music, and this guy shows up with a bass, and he sets up next to me. He says, "I'm going to jam with you." I said, "Oh, cool, all right. Well, I've got all my charts here." He says, "Oh, I don't read." He says, "I play by ear." And
you're like, oh, jeez. Bartender, can I get a
well, the thing, the thing was, it's like, I don't like to judge without hearing,
But you knew what was coming.
But I had a high suspicion, and I was correct in this assumption, that as soon as the music had any twists and turns in it, it would just be, he was all done.
Yeah.
And he was a nice guy. Good, good feel, good intent.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But, the types of tunes I was doing, at the time, I'm playing solo guitar arrangements of some things. So,
right.
It's
not really arranged for the bass.
It's not really. But it's also just me playing, so I can kind of take it anywhere that I want to.
Change the rhythm, focus on one point for a little bit. There's all kinds of things that you can do individually.
Yeah, or if if I hand him a chart, it's much easier for him to follow because I don't have to be giving him verbal instructions, and that's the way that the night ended up playing out was that I had to give him verbal instructions all night long.
Right.
And at the same time, it's just because I can read and I know theory, it doesn't mean that I don't play by ear. Of course, I play by ear.
Of course. Yeah.
And as far as like playing from the heart thing. Hopefully I'm doing that all the time. I admit that there are some cases when, I'll get hired to go in and read something, Clay Aikens is coming to town, and he's gonna do a show, and I get paid like $400 to just go in and be his guitar player for a night, and he's got charts.
Sure.
Okay, so I go in and in that instance, I'm playing from the heart, but my role in that is going to be very much a support role. So anything that I do that calls too much attention to me isn't a good thing.
Oh, no.
What I want to do
is... You probably wouldn't get a call back if you tried to make the gig all about you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, so you show up and you play the music in a manner that's competent.
Well, you being a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, people watch the show, they're there to see Clay Aitkins, not me.
Right.
You
mean you didn't come out with an electric spinning bow tie?
I did, but the battery died. Damn it!
Yeah. Well, we better wrap this up because we're probably an hour in on this thing.
Cool.
And I really appreciate coming by.
Thank you for having me.
I'd love to have you back sometime. Thank you so much for showing me the Axe Effects,
you're
talking
welcome.
about your guitar, and I'll leave links for the TrueFire stuff down below.
Yeah.
All right, guys. As always, thanks for stopping by, and rock on.